A father's mercy and compassion for his son. This being Father's Day, several weeks ago we had Mother's Day. There's something so unique about Mother's Day is that even on the weekend of Mother's Day, there were a lot of people out. They was selling. They were in business really, with pickup trucks and baskets, bouquets and flowers, just about on every major corner in this city. They were out early in the morning and late at night, all through the day. They were out, and even on Mother's Day morning, for those that hadn't gotten it yet, they were still marketing. That was Mother's Day. Mothers are beautiful, but today, several weeks later, is an honorary day of fathers. Fathers. Coming to church this morning, I didn't see any of that. None whatsoever, but somewhere yesterday, I don't know whether they was in honoring fathers, but there was about 2 little old gifts that was out some parking lot, and I don't know whether they had this for that or was it some type of rooming sale. But I did see one vehicle just yesterday, and I called the attention to my wife. I said, now, is this in reference to Father's Day? But what it was, I couldn't tell you what it was because it was not something that I knew. It could have been something out of the garage or something. I don't know what it was. But it could have been just someone that had something they want to get rid of. But I didn't notice any of that this morning coming to church. But I do thank God for fathers that are here, fathers that are listening to me by radio or viewing by television or by way of internet. I do thank God for the fathers, because the fathers are the persons that causes things to be. And so it is today, this father's mercy and compassion that he showed for his son. And the scripture, we talked about this prodigal, a prodigal son. And in this particular parable, it says that this man, he had 2 sons. And it is obvious that he was a rich man. He owned plenty. And these sons were there, and during times of the law, that there was an inheritance that automatically fell to the elder son. And all of this was to take place after the father died. It was never to be executed while the father lived through the system. But here was this son, the youngest son, wanted his portion. He wanted all that came to him. And you know, it's a lot of time that these younger ones, they don't really understand life. And I can see here that he wanted his portion. And so it is that I believe that this just didn't happen just that day that he gave it to him. I believe that there was things that was responsible for this young son wanting his portion. I believe, as I paraphrase and look down the street to the left, there were some other young boys that was just running rampant. And it seemed like they were having a good time. And so it was an influence that came to him, and he thought about this over weeks and over months. And he thought about it, and he began to contemplate and think about him and going out and running around like the young boys were over on the left. And he never looked down the road to the right, but he always was looking to the left because it seemed like that's where the fun was. It seemed like those were the ones that he wanted to hang with. The ones that could stay out late at night and the ones that could run the road and just be up all times of night. It seemed like those were the ones that he wanted to hang with. Not those that were on the right. Those that were on the right, they were good boys and they were obedient and they stayed at home and they did those things that their father and mother required for them to do. I ain't getting nobody in here. And so this young boy, over a period of time, he wanted his portion. And I'm sure that he went to his mother, and his mother tried to convince him that he didn't want to do this. He didn't want to do this. He don't want to do this, son. You don't want to do this. But he kept coming back and coming back again and again. He went to his father the next day, and his father rehearsed the same matter with him. Said, son, you don't want to do this. But he kept after going. He kept after my portion, my portion. And I believe that this time in his life, he was around 19 or 20 years old, and he really wanted his portion. And so it is, during of this time, the elder son got 2 portions of the inheritance, and the younger son got 1/3. He just wanted it all. Give me mine now. I'm tired of these rules at home. I ain't getting nobody in here. I'm tired of these rules at home. I hear mama talking this and I hear daddy talking that, and I feel my oats now. Just give me my portion and let me live my life the way I want to live it. I ain't getting nobody in here. I just believe this was an ongoing thing, and they kept saying, son, you don't want to do this because the world is out there and it will eat you up. Everyone that said they are your friends are not your friends. But he kept after my portion. It was always about mine. Just give me mine. I want to have my own thing, and let me just be my own man. And so finally the father said, come here, son, and I'm going to grant you your request. I've given you advice, and I've told you what's going to happen to you if you rebel and not do what I bid you to do. I've already given you all of the information that you need. I've told you what's going to happen to you if you go out. You already know how good I am to you at home. You know, it's a lot of times you can be too good seemingly to your own children, and they'll look over your head. They don't even appreciate what you are doing for them. They're looking at something else, and trouble is ahead, and they don't see it yet.